I am walking in a very snowy Stockholm. It has been plus degrees and raining a little bit during the day, but now it got colder in the evening and started snowing quite a lot. I was just with my sister celebrating her daughter's 2 years birthday, and I'm now about to pack up and take the night train north for a short 2-day trip of downhill skiing. I used to love downhill skiing so much, but now it has been 7 years since I went downhill skiing last time. And finally it will happen again. And this will be my little trip report from my ski tour to Åre in Sweden. I had so much time to spare at first, but then at the end of the day I was actually quite in a hurry. But I did make it with 5 minutes to spare to the night train, and I have just now arrived to my cart here. So let's go to the room. And this is my little first class cart. Let's see. I can close the door. So I don't disturb people. This is the kind of first class carts that are offered in the Swedish night trains. Here, as you can see, is a tiny toilet and shower. Hello. It smells a little bit, but I think it's fine. There's some water up there. And I will soon start rolling up north. As you might know, I love small spaces, and this is definitely a small enough space for me, but big enough for everything you need for a night of travel. I have taken a shower, read a little bit in my Knausgård book that I really enjoy, and it is time to make the bed and have some sleep. This is the way the room looks when the bed is ready made to go to sleep. And we just had our wake-up call. It's about 7:30 and we start making it to the stops in the north the next 30 minutes. I did sleep pretty well. I think I did not sleep like a baby in terms of sleep quality, but I did sleep like a baby because you're being shaken to sleep. And this way of being shaken to sleep, almost like you're in a baby stroller, is quite a special feeling when in a night train. It was a long time since I did it, and I think the general noise and vibrations are really fine. They almost kind of wave you to sleep in a bit of a nice way, but at the same time this train is turning quite intensely, and when it turns you get quite a lot of g-force, which gives this odd feeling that you're gonna fall out of the bed, like at the head end or at the foot end. And I haven't really experienced it before, but this made it a little bit harder to sleep well. But I have had about 6.5, maybe even up to 7 hours of sleep, which should be well enough. So I am getting up and getting ready to go for breakfast when arriving at Åre station. I got out of the train and it is a beautiful morning. It's about 7 or 8 degrees minus, but the air is very dry. sun is just rising, and this is my perfect kind of circumstances for skiing. So I am very excited. This is the weather. Up until recently it's been about 20 minus up here, and that would be fairly different state compared to now. The first class ticket was a really nice thing. I love having that little toilet attached to the room. Usually those tickets are quite expensive, but I have a lot of points with the train company, so I paid for it with points. So it feels almost like a free ride because of that. And included in the ticket price is a breakfast at a bakery. So to start this little vacation off, I am heading to the bakery to get breakfast and then pick up my ski pass and my gear. And just walking in this sunrise is hard to beat right now. That was an incredibly good breakfast. It's unbelievable. Like, I think having that included in the train ticket, arriving to that without having to pay. Oh man, this is like, if this was the only thing I'm getting in the trip, it would almost still be worth it. I'm now arriving up to Åre Torg, the main square, where I can pick up my gear and my ski pass, and then I will leave my stuff at my accommodation and get started. This is all a very exciting day. One of the best of this winter, I think.
Alla vet att gondolen är uppåt nu, va?
Ja.
Med kapacitet upp på berget.
Gondolen där.
Vad innebär det då?
Att det spelar lite.
Det var ju de som skulle få i morse. Måste man åka andra vägen ner?
Ja, exakt.
It's been intensely amazing this day so far. I haven't filmed much while skiing because I want to concentrate on the skiing itself. But it is great. It's like as perfect as it gets. It's pretty long lines, but there are the single lines, so I can just jump ahead of the line using the single line. And now I will go down to the village for a nice fancy coffee and a little bit of lunch and see how the afternoon will treat me. The first day is slowly coming to an end. Set. Slope is still open for another hour. I was about to check in to my accommodation, but it doesn't seem to be open or available yet, and I haven't received any info. They open their bar at 5, so I will check in then and take a little walk around town in some shops in the meantime. This place is so cute, especially at sunset. I had a very nice day in the slopes, although in the end it was quite icy. I fell, not very bad, but at least I know now that I pushed myself enough to fall at the end of the day, which then I assumed it was time to start wrapping up the day and not go too hard and too long. And now I just got access to my little room, and it's lovely actually. And this room is super cheap for being in this village, and especially during this week with the winter holiday in Stockholm. And I paid 90 euros for this. That's honestly unbelievable. Like, now I'm here by myself, but this would have been perfect for two. We even have 2 armchairs here, and I think we might even have a little bit of view. Yeah, a little bit of view up over the mountain. Yeah, super cute. Oh, it's time for me to have a shower. As you can see, there is no shower and toilet attached here, but that's fine. It's a very nice, solid one in a room just next door here. I woke up after a pretty great night's sleep, and it looks like it will be another very nice day. This room, I think, has been pretty great. It's kind of nice, like, vibe in general, nice colors, and feels very calm and just appropriate for my needs. There was breakfast, but the breakfast is delivered in this little box, and just a few steps less fancy than the breakfast I had yesterday in the bakery. But I will eat this breakfast and then pack up my stuff and head out to ski immediately when the slopes open, and then I can head in for some more coffee and sandwich at lunch. But the most important thing now is catching the morning slopes. And there is also this not really fancy coffee from a little espresso machine. I tried it yesterday when I arrived here. It's actually drinkable today. Yesterday it was incredibly not tasty. But I think maybe now I am more desperate for my coffee. And I have no other alternative really, so I will go for it. A slightly different day up on the mountain. Where right now you don't see anything. You have to go from warning point to warning point. A few hours later we have amazing weather. It's time for lunch and coffee with a view that is quite magnificent. Very Swedish lunch, very Swedish coffee. I decided that had to be the last run. I'm getting so tired and I feel like there is a pretty high risk that I would hurt myself if I go as hard but being this tired. So I made it back to the village and I'm going for a shower before leaving my gear and potentially having some early dinner before making it to the airport, because I will be flying back to Stockholm. There was no night train availability, but there was a lot of flight availability, and I could also get this on my points with SES. So very cheap, almost free way of traveling, except that I need the taxi to the airport. This taxi is like an hour and a half, I think. I haven't done it before. This will be my premiere traveling by plane to or from Åre. But first of all, let's go for a coffee at Åre Coffee Roastery. My lovely accommodation for this trip. I will be returning here. I thought it was great. The price to quality was perfect and the location is just impossible to beat. 100 meters from the central station, 100 meters from the slopes. Parkvillan comes highly recommended.